Cool. But I can see the text on the computer. Hello, I think we are live. We are live on
LinkedIn. Are you listening? Whoa. Copyright infringement is what I'm doing when I sing these songs.
Let me throw our hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unlocked Podcast, episode 23, with your host, Cristina Moceri, Brian Fink. And we
Christina,
are super.
Is 23 backwards 32?
Uh-huh. Isn't it funny how that worked out?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So let me just roll while we have everyone jumping in. We have TikTok on the side over here. We have YouTube with us as well. Spotify, something's going on over there. I'm not really sure, but we'll get there. And here is our boom, go. You guys. So yes, follow us on all of our platforms. We are
on all the socials, because there's a different story on all the socials.
Yeah. All right. So now that that's through, let's get ready to party. Everybody,
for those of you just joining us who came in, we got started ahead of schedule. We got a big show today. We got a lot of things to unpack. This is almost going to be like an Ask Cristina Anything.
Yeah, it literally is. Ask me anything.
Literally. The thing is, though, is that, Cristina, what I really want to unpack today is I want to unpack what's working for us, what's not working for us, what's been big over the past year, where you've grown. There are a whole bunch of things I want to pull apart.
Yeah, I feel like the past year has a great way to summarize it would be A/B testing.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I mean, we've tried a lot of things. And we've done, this year for me, I'm excited for the future for this upcoming year, even though tomorrow is not guaranteed. But I'm treating it like my Gary V year. But in reflecting on that, the year that I just circled around the sun I just had, man, was that rough. Oh.
Okay, I didn't mean to smile that you said, man, that was rough. But like whenever I hear somebody say trip around the sun, circle around the sun, I think of Jimmy Buffett, right? And like I've been in my Jimmy Buffett feels today. I've been writing, I've been working on the next book and things of that nature. But the attention is on you and on going around. You talk about this being the year of A/B testing. Cristina, yeah. A/B testing is what's working, what's not working. Can you give me an example? Can you give us an example about something that has worked out wildly that you didn't expect it to work out?
Well, let's start with if you don't know, if you guys are new joining in, or if unexpectedly, which I think was monumental in my growth in the past year, I'll start with where it starts. Promoting your book.
Oh, I thought we were going to start somewhere else, but that's cool too. All right, sure.
If we're looking at 2 years ago, I had a goal. I achieved that goal. And then in this past year, I actually went backwards and failed and had to be resilient and grow and do all the really hard stuff that have got us to this beautiful on-air space, you know? But I went through, I don't even know if I can say this on live.
You went through hell, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say what's the line that people say, the valley and it's a rap. It's rap something.
Oh, if it's rap, I don't know it.
Trenches of like
EDM or country music, I'm not there.
It's an old school Tupac line, I think. It'll come to me eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, I went through the trenches to get here. And you know what? It's exciting for me because I'm more comfortable now with failing than I've ever been in my entire life. And a lot of that has to do with this year.
Well, Cristina, as much as we're talking about failure, I want to talk about a win.
Because
like it's not like you decided you're going to be the next LeBron James because you love basketball.
Paris
Shout out to LeBron, awesome picture at the Olympics. But you have conveniently and selectively chosen what you're going to work at, and you've ignored those things that don't work for you, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about your approach to passion and your passion projects and how it beckons you towards realizing some of these great abilities that you have, like being the Canva ninja.
Yeah. So
instead of being mediocre at other things, help us there to understand where your passion has led you.
Thank you for asking. So you mentioned, over the past year, you mentioned 3 things that are very important. And I don't know all of them, but curiosity, tenacity, and something else.
Empathy. Curiosity, empathy, and tenacity. If you don't have those 3 things, you might as well just not be in the modern workplace.
So as we partner on many things, including this Unlocked podcast, I have unlocked new skills by I would have never guessed. And I said this before about public speaking. If you would have asked me a year ago what I was scared of and last year, I wanted to public speak. I wanted to publish an article. I wanted to publish a book, and I wanted a podcast. We have
that's a lot of shit, dude. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was laid off for most of the year.
Yeah, but here's the deal: is that like those things that you talk about, they're not sexy, right? They are incredibly difficult to do, and it takes a certain amount of talent. But I think that it takes a lot of leveraging. I mean, you did things that you were not good at, and you figured out where the data was, in kind of the needle in the haystack, so that you could you persuaded me, you persuaded a lot of people to take a chance on you when it came to visual design or jumping in and building this audience on Spotify, or defying logic or my logic about building the audience on TikTok. How did you go deeper with that degree of satisfaction? Because you faced a lot of no's this year.
Oh, so many no's. And you of all people would know that I know that everybody, we talk about Instagram and how it's just, a highlight reel of the great parts of people's lives.
Oh, it's a lie. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like this year, more than any year in the 10-year commitment I've had with LinkedIn, I've really dove into content and putting myself out there. One of my recent hits was when the non-compete issue.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I wrote about that and was like, they never threatened me. Like, nobody's ever challenged me. And that post that was, I think that's like my 3rd, if we're going to analytics, and I'm willing to do that as well with you guys. If anybody in the audience wants to know, like,
what's
growth.
Performing and what's not performing, man, that is ballsy.
Yeah. You know what? Most people on LinkedIn do not have the video tab on mobile. And
yeah, that's something you called out to me originally.
Well, it's my birthday, and also news. I'm employed before my birthday.
The big announcement, dude. The big announcement.
So, I am in a new industry, and I know I'm going all over the place, but my cake just got out of the fridge, and I want to eat it.
You want some cake, or are you going to eat cake live on the video?
Shout out Paris Baguette. If anyone likes Paris Baguette, we're looking for sponsorships. I will continue to eat because you are across from us. So we have the little baby cake. And everybody from LinkedIn, if you can throw your URLs in the chat. And we've been talking about cronuts for weeks.
Oh, so, you got the cronuts. You got the cronuts?
Yeah, I had to. All right. So I got.
Oh, you're showing the cronuts to TikTok first. All right. Oh, we got a chocolate croissant. We got a cronut. What else we got in there?
So there are 2 cronuts. I'm a SLUT for an almond croissant.
Oh.
And then I
Okay.
told you I got this Frank that I meant to eat warm, but it accidentally went in the fridge. So I have a coffee cronut, which nobody's eating these but me, so I'm touching them.
No, it's okay. You're going for it. Stephanie, thank you for giving a shout out to Christina, wishing her a happy birthday. I know the crew's going crazy on Instagram and on. Oh my dude,
Sorry.
sharing is caring.
Here, you want to bite? You want to bite?
Dude, I'd love to get a bite, but
I know why you like a cronut now. I understand it. I know exactly what it is. We have a similar thing in our specialty local grocery stores. And it's basically an elephant ear.
It is an elephant ear in so many words. I love my fair food and
Fried dough dipped in sugar. Yeah, give it to me.
let's go.
So,
And if you're just tuning in, this is Brian and Christina talk about food on LinkedIn.
well, retail grocery and food and beverage, they take up a big space. And food spans many industries. If we're going to talk shop, I mean, fitness, health and wellness, everybody right now. And I know it's
You want to expand on that? Because that's a whole nother segment that we don't usually talk about, because usually we're talking about sales, we're talking about HR, we're talking about TA, we get a little bit drifted to legal. Give me some clarity of thought on this. Go Marie Kondo for me and talk to me about the health and food and health and wellness.
Yeah. So you guys, I have been talk about unlocked podcast. I have been unlocked into a new industry and learning how to think. And when you go into a new industry, they're like, oh, you got to learn the lay of the land. You got to learn the lingo. You got to, become, with the crew. Right. So I'm diving through, I'm looking through podcasts. And I'm going through all these webinars. Some things I've noticed. So specialty foods like Paris Baguette and specialty grocery stores and food and beverage in general, so I listened to a podcast of a woman who is on the Women's Grocery Association, which if you guys are tuning in, I would like to be a part of that association.
It's about the work you put in, not what you take out. And Christina's a worker, so get on that dance card.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So there are new associations, there's all this stuff, and I'm learning. And so there was a statistic that came out in one of these webinars. And so a few things. One, no matter what industry I go into, no matter what role I'm in, talent and employee retention and employee experience and employee enablement, it's always I've yet to have a webinar without it.
Oh, okay.
So it's really nice to have my background. Also, flip side of that coin, which unrelated, you'd think, but when you do really think about it, it makes sense. Ozempic is hurting the food and beverage and retail grocery industry.
So I've heard that. Scott Galloway talked about it on his podcast this week, the Prof G podcast.
I'm in a new industry working, I've worked for English employers for a while. So it's been kind of a culture shock to be back with Americans working, that's my employer and I'm loving it, but also love the Brits as well. And it's just very prominent that Ozempic is hurting the market, as well as, ready for this one? Now I will get the source at some point. I don't have it on me, but I will get it. I keep my receipts. 1 in 3 Gen Zers say that getting fast food is cheaper and a better option than going to the grocery store and buying their groceries.
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna love for you to find that too about Ozempic and Wegovy and all these, is that there are more people seeking these medications than there
Oh, yeah.
are the availability. So are you saying that there's going to be a greater downturn in fast food or junk food when there's more readily available GLP-1 drugs?
Mm. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, is that like, hey, dude, there are a lot, like, okay, full disclosure to anybody who's listening, I've been trying to get on a GLP-1 drug for about 6 weeks now. And whenever I go to try to get it, it's in short supply and it's not readily available. And what I'm wondering is there going to be a downturn in the food economy, like snacks and treats and ice cream and things of that nature? Is there going to be a greater downturn when the drug becomes more available?
No, I think it's like Adderall. Whoops.
Oh, really?
That it's the go. As long as we live in America, I mean, we're going down a different rabbit hole than I expected to. But as long as we live,
You brought it up, man, and I was
I
like,
know,
look, I'm going
but
to be authentic and honest with our audience and be like, look, I can't find the drug. You know, I'm working out at Orange Theory like 4 times a week. I'm getting ready to do the Orange Theory marathon. Like, these are the things I'm working on, but I do want that little edge. I want that competitive bent. You compare it to Adderall. What's going on?
it's like the supply and demand. How do you
Yeah,
think
but like there's no supply.
that's intent? If I don't have any proof, this is just my opinions. We promised cake and controversy, okay? So
Okay, we got it. We got cake. Now we got controversy.
my conspiracy theory is that it is a manufactured supply and demand problem. Like they want it to be that way because that's how you get attention. That's how you stir up media. That's how you get people's eyes. That's how you create demand. People, when they know that something's hard to get, they want it more. Everybody wants to.
So it's the Birkin bag of
HYFR, like Drake.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in, Cristina would not mind receiving a Birkin bag for her birthday.
Oh my God, I would die for a Birkin bag. Woo. A Birkin bag, that's like
I know.
that wasn't even on my mind.
Birkin bag, nowhere on the board for us today, people. Nowhere on the board.
Yeah, no, I was gonna maybe like put my buy me a coffee link, and then I was like, I'm not doing that.
It's all good. It's all good.
Thank you so much, everybody tuning in from TikTok. It is my birthday. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the gifts. Now, like reflecting on the past year.
Yeah, let's get back to that instead of stirring up controversy with GLP-1 drugs.
Yeah, can I eat cake while we do that?
You can do whatever you.
All right,
Girl, it's your birthday. Have a good time. Come on.
I like the way that they open that. Hold on.
Yeah, Cristina is eating cake on LinkedIn. That is where we're at.
Yep. It's funny though how LinkedIn, before when in the past year we've gone from no selfies, no, it's gotten a lot more chillaxed and really human as AI has come into the picture. I think that has humanized LinkedIn right now. I feel like AI is helping LinkedIn to stay afloat.
You do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, flesh that out. You can't put that out there and expect me to pick up the breadcrumbs or the cake crumbs.
This box is grabbing my soul. Okay. So LinkedIn and AI. I had a point there that there's a.
I know. I was like, bring it home. I want to hear
bring
you
me back while I pull because this is exciting. I said LinkedIn. And this year, with the addition of video, with the addition of a lot of things.
Yeah, but video is not a new addition. Video's been there, right? Like the go live feature has been there, but LinkedIn doesn't want to be the party that's responsible for it. they continue to use all these moderation tools, or not moderation tools, but streaming tools like a StreamYard or a Zoom, because they don't want to invest in the infrastructure.
I know. But they got to invest in something soon. I'm hoping, Rob Humphrey.
Party people.
Yes, a LinkedIn MVP. We have, messaged a little bit back and forth. I just have a gut feeling that they got something up their sleeves that's going to wow us.
Well, so the big thing about LinkedIn is that LinkedIn does remain a crucial platform. If not, we wouldn't be here. But I see two big changes on the horizon. One, the advertising model, and two, there was an article that I wrote for Recruiting Daily. Shout out to Recruiting Daily, that talked about the change.
Shout out Brooke Allen. Birthday yesterday.
What's going on? Brooke just had a birthday too. Is that one of the big feature changes that's coming to LinkedIn on Thursday. Oh, wait, Christina, you didn't know about this?
I'm sorry. I've been in a whole new world. I've been a
food world. New world.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a.
What are they updating? I think I know.
LinkedIn under the banner of focusing on real people to interact with people. And that's actually the way the article started. So I kind of felt it was really weird, is that job listings cannot misrepresent the job, the hiring company, or the poster. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that your job listings comply with 17 new steps. And
based on the filters, like?
No, it's not based on the filters. Like, for instance, if you're a stealth startup, you can no longer be a stealth startup. If you're conducting a confidential search, you can no longer use a confidential search. You have to have the employer name, and you can't say things like the job title can include the word remote. There are a bunch of different things that are going on, right? And like your job feed has to be clean. You can't post any kind of ghost jobs or jobs that are closed or have expired listings, which we know LinkedIn has really been guilty of doing that as they aggregate those leads. You also have to make sure that that the apply button must not be hidden or obscured by advertisements and should be accessible across all devices, which is basically just creating a on steroid environment for the apply feature. And also, you can't encourage people to share or like your jobs. That's number 10, which I thought it was really.
Whoa. You caught my attention. Okay, I'm with them with everything else. But
well, like I'm with them because I don't think LinkedIn is the place for multi-level marketing scams or
LMs like Monet. Where'd the Monet girls go?
Yeah. So, and also it says that job seekers must not be spammed or otherwise contacted.
Wait, if that is tied to the rule with the LinkedIn lives, I think that has not been updated in 7 months and could use a review.
Well, I mean, here's the thing is that, I don't think enough people read the stuff that we read about LinkedIn. Like this is in the learnmicrosoft.com section that talks about recruiter systems, CRM Connect, the Talent Hub integration. I just don't, I think LinkedIn kind of slipped this one underneath the radar. They slipped it in June, and now here we are in July, and August is this week. And it's really, I think it's really going to affect a lot of the agencies more so than the big corporate players who use search.
100%. But don't get mad, but like relevancy. Like, I don't even know what the data is because I was so in the weeds of LinkedIn for a while. And then I just.
What data do you want? Let me see if I can pull it.
Like the amount of job postings today versus last year.
Oh, girl, hold on one second.
Because I feel like we're talking about like all these changes that is LinkedIn changing the right things in our opinion? Because and that goes back to me reflecting on what has, really helped me to grow upward, like catapult.
Unlock
Because
that next level.
when you're catapulting, let me tell you something. I have friends that tell me that I intentionally like hit rock bottom like a trampoline.
You did
Just
not intentionally hit rock bottom.
no.
Rock bottom came for you and came for you again.
Yeah, rock bottom loved to come for me for the past 12 months, but guess what? It's gone. We're done. So it's a pattern. I hit rock bottom and then I catapult. But while you're catapulting, you don't know you're catapulting. You're just doing anything you can to put one step in front of the other to get out of rock bottom, right? And it was hard and it hurt. And I feel like I hit a lot of it on LinkedIn. I'll admit that. Over the year.
There are a lot of people who do not respond to messages or status updates or anything over the weekends because they don't want LinkedIn interrupting their personal space. I would argue that let's put a pin in social media and say that it causes, I mean, I don't have the evidence to prove this, but it causes people to be less human in the real world because they're having artificial relationships in the cybersphere.
Sorry, my phone should be on do not disturb. I know that from
do not disturb. 1. But do not disturb. Mark Eng in the house.
Mark Eng, thank you so much. We have a spot for you. I've been holding for you if you want. I want to unlock your sauce. So
all right. So as we're talking about unlocking the sauce, we're at the halfway point. Cristina, okay. What sauce specifically have you unlocked this year on LinkedIn? We talked about video. There's got to be something else. You're smiling. What's
it's the graphics. I'm sorry, but so it kind of all comes full circle. The promotion post that I made for your book is of me in this exact hairstyle with the two pieces down, and for some reason that put that post, the text was and it was before we even knew that innovation or AI or any of those were the trending hashtags, which is funny because we weren't really looking at that back then.
No, we weren't. And actually, you bring up images, is that I've noticed that when I do an AI generated image that's produced by ChatGPT, that it performs worse than if I created a meme and posted a meme on LinkedIn.
It's funny you say that, Brian, because I have had 2 people now tell me about your memes, and you're. We've been thick as thieves for over a year, and by thick as thieves I mean we talk multiple times a day. It's worrisome when we don't talk, and my point was that you're known as the meme guy, and I'm
not the meme guy. The meme guy is Joel. Joel Algie is the meme guy.
I heard it was you. I've had 2 people.
Dude, it's not me. I'm not the meme guy.
So for those on TikTok, that Brian posted a meme today, and it was sell me this pen, which is a very common way of ABC always be closing. And I have yet to see it, but my boss brought it up to me too and loved the meme. And it was it was made with AI. Yeah. And it's funny because I'm in my work meetings with my new team, and I'm in my new role. And when they talk, the owner of the business that I started working for, when he was talking about artificial intelligence, he referred to it, whatever we were talking about, Cristina GPT. And it just melted my insides because when I first built that's another thing I unlocked this year.
Okay.
I don't know what caused me to jump in and get curious about AI. I I remember like the March 23, it went down. Redis got them back up. But it was really following your journey and all your speaker events you would go to. And then I bought that AI book.
Oh, Mike Wolford in the house.
The AI recruiter. And then you were at a conference and you sent me a video of him speaking. And I had the book in my hand and I was like, oh, what? And then I messaged him on LinkedIn and he hit me back like right away. And that was like a big unlocking moment for me, is that I've always been the shoot your shot kind of person. But this year, more than any year before, I have just been shooting my shot. And I haven't got every shot, but when you're shooting a bunch of them, what you guys see are the wins, right? But there's a whole lot of losses that you guys don't know about that. I mean, at times I almost broke me.
Yeah, so let's talk about the wins though, right? Because you talk about that people only see the win. They don't, it's like the overnight success. They don't see the 20 years that somebody, slept in a trailer trying to make something happen. It wasn't 20 years. I'm thinking of Lainey Wilson and her story, but that she was in an Airstream, right? As we talk about that, do you think that you could be hitting the high notes now if you had not hit the low notes?
That is a fantastic question. No, hell no. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but hell no. And with that, I don't think I'm eating.
You're eating. Oh my goodness. She goes for the cronut, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
With the
almond croissant.
The Frank cold. Really good.
Okay. So if you're just tuning in, Cristina has given a shout out to Paris Baguette.
Yeah.
I'm running on nothing but coffee and fumes. That's not true. Cristina knows that I had French fries and chicken nuggets earlier.
And jealous.
Yeah.
That's the first bite of food I've had all day because I've been a frenzy.
Okay. So wait a minute. Mark, I'm working towards what Brian said about creating content for the 1,000 folks in my network. Okay. So Kevin Kelly has a theory. It's called 1,000 True Fans.
Wait, who's Kelly?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. I didn't catch the first name. Kelly? It was
Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly. Yeah. So he has a theory of 1,000 true fans, and what the theory got, this is Christina's day, and we're going to keep it Christina's day. I think about her interaction with Mark Wolford is that she was like, Mike Wolford, when she was like, hey, Mike, love your stuff, whatever. Mike Wolford got back to Cristina and made Cristina one of his fans, right? He's come on the podcast. Mm-hmm. He's worked with her, like, exceptional, right? And that's what it means when you create content for your 1,000 true fans, right? So like when Jamie's on TikTok and she's not on LinkedIn, and Jamie, I'm guessing you're on TikTok today, right?
I don't see her. Where is she?
Where's the money gun, girl?
Yeah, where's my money gun, Jamie?
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is that, she may not be on the show today. Cristina may be calling her later today to make sure she's okay, or sending her a DM. It is creating that community, that content-driven community, that action, that engagement of those 1,000 true fans. I think of.
What though? How do you find? I hear what you're saying. Everything that I write or create or post onto any of our social medias, no matter if it's, our 170 something followers on the Unlocked podcast page, which if you are not following us on LinkedIn, the page is the Unlocked podcast. I have grown this year to have no shame when it comes to self-promotion. That's one thing I'll just throw out there.
It's not called no shame, right? Like, I'm reading this book called 1001 Essays That Will Make You Smarter. It's doing what needs to be done, and their feet. I'll send it to you.
I know. I already know it. I just didn't know that you were into that.
Yeah. So it's incredible. And like you talk about shooting your shot or being fearless or being over embarrassment, it's leaving behind those reservations that are lies that you tell yourself
Oh yeah.
to keep yourself safe. And like
Pushing that self-doubt out of get it out, get it away from it.
yeah,
You could be
100.
living in it, literally. And one thing that I think has, not that I think that I've done anything remarkably special this year. However, the numbers show that I have grown slightly anyway, but I've grown myself in so many things. From this time last year, I was still scared shitless of public speaking. I had just finished the virtual event of talent acquisition.
Kiwi.
Yeah,
Kiwi, right?
I'll never forget. I was nervous that day. Remember, I spoke at the end of the day,
which I got to tell you, like, you know, people talk about these conferences and about preferred times of the day. You know, shout out to Torrin Ellis real quick. Is that Torrin and Peter and Trina and I are all getting on the stage, and we're going to be the last speaker at RecFest when everybody's packing their bags and getting ready to go home. You want to stay for the end of the show. You want to get this thing going, right? Tommy, what's going on? Okay, Christina, Tommy, we need to get Tommy on. Tommy is a badass. Like, Tommy is...
Tell me more.
Dude, like, he's like the Ethan Hunt of recruiting, right? Like, he knows how to source. There's nothing he won't take on. He's very well known in the cleared sector. He is like a older, much more tattooed. Tommy, I hope you don't mind that I told people you got ink. He's like a much older, wiser version of Benjamin Mena.
I sold.
Yeah.
So,
And he's a badass. He's hysterical.
hello,
Like,
everyone. Everyone jumping in quickly in TikTok. Sorry, just had to. But yeah,
no,
Tommy,
it's all good. So, Tommy, thanks for showing up for the big show. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. Oh, he said, "Oh God, blushing." Yeah, I have a lot of traffic going on today because, as you guys know, when it's your birthday, LinkedIn pushes everyone. So my inbox is flooded, and I never say that. I'm not trying to be cool, but like it actually is right now. But Tommy, DM me. Also, everybody should know this. You can reach us at contact@topvoicesmedia.com or Christina@theunlockedpodcast.com or Brian@theunlockedpodcast.com. If you guys want to come on, email us. Subject line, speaker request. We want to hear from you. So yeah, we love bringing people on. And this year, we've shifted from LinkedIn Unlocked to the Unlocked podcast. So with that being said, we love our recruiters. We love our sourcers. We love talent. We love sales. We want to talk about those.
But you know what? You're going to love Tommy because he's all the things you just said that you love, and he's an entrepreneur, and he does it day in and day out. And he like that's it. Like, he's got a great story. He's got. I'm not going to say anything else.
It's like we all love we can all talk shop, recruiting, talent, sales, but we want to unlock the other stuff about our people, right?
We want to get to the secret sauce of what builds somebody's corporate empire. You know, like, I think of like the fortresses that we build, and it's not just any fortress. We are here to help you build your fortress. And I mean, laying those bricks, whether you're slugging it out by yourself, whether you're on a team, that's it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. And we want to, I think it's an important part of, because, recruitment is kind of rocky right now. Talent is kind of rocky right now. Even sales is kind of rocky right now. So having the Unlocked podcast be the platform where we showcase those those people in with that skill set, but their passion project on the side, that's what I want to unlock. I want recruiters, talent, sales, HR. I want you guys to know that you can be a graphic designer in 6 months. Promise. Look at me.
Hey, Christina, I'm curious. What's one bit of advice that you would give to a salesperson right now that everybody you just listed could use?
If you are a salesperson right now, B2B, well, I mean, like that's
B2B, B2C. It could be direct to consumer.
People buy from people. You represent your brand, whether it's your company, you are the spokesperson for you. Your word is everything. Say what you mean what you say, over promise, under deliver. I don't care what you're.
No. Over deliver, under promise.
Yeah, just do what you say you're going to do and kill it. And if there's let me ramble. It's my day.
Boom, boom, boom.
How many minutes I got? This
Girl,
hour.
you got 19 minutes. You take it on home. You
shoot your shot. Try it. Like, who would have thought? Here's another. I'm rambling all over the place.
You're not rambling. I know where you're going. I can tell people what the map is, but I'm not gonna.
I'm going to a few different directions. Number one, shout out LinkedIn for today being the day that you prove return on investment. Number two, shout out LinkedIn for being the first company employer to interview me at the director level. Thank you very much. I've been waiting for my credibility card.
It's in the mail.
It's on my profile. It's really hard when you're in that mid stage where you're like, when I was first starting out in my career, experience was thrown in my face left and right. And I was in roles that, managed complete P&Ls. Like I have operated businesses on my own, and it's been hard for me to now that I am almost at 10 years of experience in corporate America, things are starting to unlock and unpack. And it was a hard transitionary period, but how do I say this without everyone going after me?
Let them come for you. Let them be the. Okay. I got your back. Go for it.
If you're ever presented with a silent promotion, and you're thinking, this is, I want money. I want to be really promoted. I don't want a fake promotion. Take it, and take it. That is my lesson. Take the silent promotion. Titles mean nothing, but they mean everything at the same time. So take your silent promotion, overwork, learn more, go above your pay grade, and pivot.
I love that. Speaking of things, I do. I love everything about that, because what you're doing is you're saying, lean into the uncomfortable, be in rooms you're not supposed to be in, go do that thing. Now, speaking of going and doing that thing, I want to shout out Rachel Kitty Couples, who's wishing you a happy birthday. Rachel, we need to have you on the big show. You're one of the most influential voices in diversity, inclusion, equity, and belonging. If you are looking for somebody who is going to be that kind of mentor, that kind of boss, that kind of inspirational beacon on your team, you need to call Rachel. She is available. I think she's available. Rachel, if you're not available, tell people you're not available, because I'm telling people.
Available for speaking? Right. You interested in speaking?
Oh, dude, she's.
I'm trying to line up my calendar at the same time. We got to be efficient. We have to multitask. So,
dude, I got look, we got Martell Howard coming on.
Martell is next week. Yes.
Yes, we got Rachel is available to come on, and she's available to be hired. That's awesome.
I have a spot coming
on. We're building this. Christina, in the 15 minutes that we have left, I want to ask you for predictions because we did
Oh.
predictions.
So you're gonna ask me who do I want on?
I know who you want on.
I know. I just wanted to say it out loud for the
Who do you want for your birthday? Who do you want as your birthday guest?
Justin Welsh, please.
Really?
Yes.
Really? I thought you were going to say somebody else. I thought you were going
No.
to say GB.
I mean, yeah, Gary Vee is cool too, but I feel like, and there's another
You want
thing.
Justin Welsh? Okay,
I
Justin.
want Justin
If
Welsh
you're
like
listening,
a bad habit.
if you're listening, the Zoc Doctor, I need you to send a Hail Mary to me and Christina
Please.
and
I
make
think
something
I
happen.
would
All right.
I'm a
But
fangirl.
but real quick, I want to get back to something that we did at the end of the year and we pissed a few people off. Is
What
that
did we
we
do?
we
Oh, I
made
remember.
predictions. We made predictions. You said I predict the end of the resume and these things, and you got people fired up, and we did a prediction show. Christina, I want to come back around to not what we predicted and whether it came true. We'll talk about that in December. What I want to know is what are you predicting for Christina, for big Christina energy this year? Give me three things, three goals, three objectives, three whatevers that you want to see happen.
First and foremost, we're getting on Apple Podcasts. That's always been the goal. That's where we're heading. We're getting on Apple Podcasts. That's that. Other goals. Let's see. Are we just sticking to professional, like social media content? That kind of
Girl,
stuff?
you can tell people that you want to grow 3 inches. I don't know. What do you want?
3 inches where?
Those horrible. Okay, Christina
walked into that. Sorry.
I know it did. I know it did.
Okay, I'm gonna like make my birthday wish and New York Times bestseller. New York Times bestseller. New York Times bestseller.
New York Times bestseller.
Yes, there is a book that I have hinted about that isn't the book that I released this year. That is for me. I need to do it. I talk about doing it all the time. Do I have anything written for it? No. Am I avoiding it? Am I running away from it? Absolutely. But
Christina, you can't do that. Like
I know.
Like, here's the deal.
I know I can't.
Like let me give you this bit of advice. Life is short. You know life is short. You know tomorrow is not guaranteed. There's only one person at the end of the day that you have to make happy. If you make you happy, you will reverberate across the universe.
And the book is, for everybody who doesn't know, tuning in, it's a very personal story of mine that I hinted at a lot, and it has a lot to do with why I'm like, shoot your shot. What's the worst that could happen? All this fearless energy is that I've had fear before, and I've been scared straight, like very scared. And now I think, like your post, I can't run away from it. I know I have all the thoughts in my head. And this year so that is my second goal, is that before January 30th, because I was admitted, it'll be my 7th. If you guys don't know already, I have an obsession with the number 7. So 7 years will be my 7-year anniversary in January of 2025. And I plan to release I guess it would be a self-help book, right? But
I think it's a memoir.
It's a memoir, yeah.
This is what happened, and this is where I'm going.
And what such talk about growth and being punched in the face repeatedly the past year. This is almost 7 years now. It happened again that year, and I'm better. It takes a really, I love that we're reflecting, because 7 years ago, I would have never thought that I would ever write a book about what happened to me. And now it's like, if I don't, that's not an option.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give you
the book, the podcast, and
is that, dude, you got to write every day. everything you write is not going to be perfect.
I wrote yesterday, and it is important. How much time do we have? We have 11 minutes.
Girl, you got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I can stall. Hey, y'all, what's going on? It's Bubba. Yeah, it's Bubba. It's my show. I'm doing the thing. In all seriousness, though, if you are listening and you want to proofread something that is coming in the fourth quarter, DM me, because I have a project that my mother told me to get my shit together and finish.
Ooh, you know I love proofreading, so I'll help
Yeah,
you too. I love to find errors.
It's good.
So you have your Talk Tech to Me book?
You know, Allie moved everything around my office. Give me 1 second.
So-
I'm coming back.
I got excited with acrylic paint one day and thought I would be artistic and like customize my book. Ruined it. You're not showing the rest of it. All of it. In mine, you got to hold it like this so that Brian Fink shows too. Nope, you're not doing it right.
Dude, this
I'm
book
the
is so big.
hands-on
Like,
with that
it's so
book.
thick.
I miss
Here.
that book. That book is in my storage unit with all my other favorite books. And that is my third goal this year, is to get my stuff out of there somehow.
All right.
Put it somewhere.
Put it to good use. Put it in your hand. Put it in other people's hands.
So
Build.
in talking about reflecting, and I have 10 minutes.
What do you got?
I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm going to do it.
All right, go for it.
All right. So I wrote this last night, July 29th, 2024 at 12:05 a.m. So 31, I know HR, we're not supposed to talk about age, whatever. I'm turning 32. I turned 32 today. I'm officially 32. So when we talk about this past year, we're talking about when I was 31. So it was a gut punching reality check year, and it went up until literally 20 minutes ago when I got home. So that tells you that I was up late last night. So I said that 21 or 31 was hard like 25, which is my 7 years ago, arguably harder in real life changes per calendar year. I'll go back to that. So my lesson overall for 25 was life can end in the blink of an eye, or in my case, the clip of a cuticle cutter. At 25, I learned the real wealth is health. And of course, I learned it the hardest way, because I learn everything the hardest way. Did not know that I was going to be like Carrie Bradshaw reading, but it feels good. Yeah.
Go see.
I'm going to keep going. Okay. So 26, I learned how to keep up with my business, but failed with COVID-19. And furthermore, with health as wealth, being learned the year before, rest, patience, recovery, and reflection was part of my huge learning lesson at 26, because I couldn't push anything faster. I had to go to physical therapy. I couldn't become more comfortable with my result. I couldn't supercharge that in any way. I had to go through the motions and learn. I didn't have a choice but to be patient. So a lot of this year was fueled with anger, rumination, self-hate, a deep depression, body dysmorphia. I was obsessed with every detail of my pain and trauma, literally. 27, 28, and 29 were COVID mixed with slowly getting back to real life socialization. I was still angry at the world, and whoever you believe your higher being above, I was very angry, completely self-abusive level angry at myself. I was mad at myself. I think this past year. When I met you, that conference, TA week, is
Oh, dude, that was awesome because
without crying, that's when I really started to accept myself.
well, we so for those of you who weren't there, Christina and I met while her peer was accidentally choking on a piece of bread.
Does that peer still exist? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, right? And then we went to a dinner which was very expensive where nobody ate anything.
The infamous dinner where no one ate.
There's a picture of people.
We did though. We housed some oysters, I think.
We did. We had some oysters, we had a lamb chop, whatever. But the reality of it is that Christina, when we think back to that day, or we think back to that moment, you talk about a higher power, and I realize this is LinkedIn, this is work. We're not supposed to get spiritual, but I believe the universe conspires to do great things.
Okay. The Alchemist. You keep.
Okay. So
you
for
keep
those
making
who read the newsletter, I did not
comments.
need to make an Alchemist reference today in today's newsletter. I wrote it yesterday afternoon, and we love The Alchemist.
We love The Alchemist. If that's my one book recommendation of the year outside of Brian's and mine. Talk Tech to Me. So in all of what I told you, so basically I soaked in self-hate and lack of self-confidence for so long that now I have a journal called the 7-Minute Daily Confidence Journal, which I used my pain and experience to hopefully help others facing loneliness or depression or just self-doubt, self-efficacy, hoping to help others. Now, that is the journal. I didn't market it very well on Amazon, but it's available on Amazon. Brian Fink's book is available on Amazon. Talk Tech to Me. And the book of the year for me for this past trip around the sun is The Alchemist, Brian. Yeah, you changed my life.
Well, dude,
it was such a nonchalant, like, you should read this book, and it changed everything for me. It really did.
It's if you're listening and you have read The Alchemist, if you're listening and you haven't read it,
it's incredible. You talk about passions.
So beautiful. It is such
finding your passions and your purpose. Like, honestly, I think that reading The Alchemist, and then I've told you this before about how one of our first few episodes of previously LinkedIn Unlocked, which is the Unlocked podcast, what you guys don't see is the behind the scenes. We get a little stressed out. Sometimes we have audio issues. Sometimes we have video issues. And there was one point where Brian had said to me, it was a push that I needed. Yeah, you were like, this is yours. You should know. And I was like, in that moment, plus reading The Alchemist, I was like, I am going to figure all of this out. And I did. Hands up maestro. Boom.
I don't think it took that moment. I'm going to argue with you here. I don't think it took that moment. I think you use the word unlock a lot. That's one of the reasons why we have the Unlock podcast.
Because we got the key.
Yeah, that's it. Is that it was always in you. I just think that
it unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we first started, you were running the tools that we use to be here for you guys. FYI, there's a lot that goes into getting us here like this in front of you guys. And Brian and I learned on the fly, but you had more experience doing webinars, trainings, hosting live. You're good with this.
Dude, it's all about massaging that and using that muscle and building. Like, that's what it's about.
And if you wouldn't have pushed me, I would have never tried. I would have just and who knows where our growth would be.
I would have said, hey dude, like I wouldn't I see something in you. I see a spark.
And
Let's
that
go.
is another thing that catapulted me this year.
Let's fucking go.
Having someone believe in you when you don't necessarily believe in yourself, but you think, maybe I could do this. And somebody says, you can totally do this. I wouldn't waste my time on you if I didn't think you could do this. That was like,
it was probably not the best language that I used, because I did say I would not waste my time. And I did say that, right? But like,
yeah, it was punchy and it was necessary. And I think a lesson we can be bold. Everybody needs to be more bold, be more punchy, be more controversial. Like, if you have an opposing view this year, say it.
All right. Well, we're gonna have some big opposing views on the show. We got Martell coming up next week.
Right?
We got Mark maybe coming up the week after that. I think either Rachel or Tommy are gonna fight it out.
Yeah, the next few months we are pre-scheduling. I have a few, and you have a few under our sleeves.
Yeah, and so that's it. All right, party
We'll try
people.
to do 2 a month, but let me just run this. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you so much. Wrong one. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify.
We are on the TikTok.
Top Voices Media, The Unlocked Podcast, The Brian Fink, Christina the Connect.
Party people. It's been an awesome birthday. Enjoy that cake. Enjoy that cronut. Get it on.
Thank you.